Well, hello from Cambridge. Welcome to EF.Marketing and welcome to SWaT. What, you are probably asking already, is EF.Marketing? And of course, what is SWaT? Put simply, EF.Marketing is effective marketing, marketing that works. So, how does EF.Marketing, which we will refer to from now on as F.Marketing, go to work? F.Marketing creates and grows value, and to last, to be sustainable, the asset value is preserved and stored in what we call a brand. So, put simply, the end purpose of F.Marketing is to create and build the value of any brand for its owner, which is precisely what it does by deploying SWaT. SWaT is F.Marketing at work. SWaT is what lifts F.Marketing from theory to practice. SWaT creates and builds value in a brand. SWaT is, of course, an acronym. S stands for SET, Set Brand Objectives. W is for Weaponize, weaponize the brand with a must-have strategy, a strategy to be seen as different and special. A stands for Advertise the brand as different and special, and T is for Track Brand Progress. Oh yes, and every SWaT features a prequel, 6 stages of must-do preparation. Identify the brand you're going to build, identify its owner, identify your brand's target or customer, identify the competition, identify what makes your brand different, and interrogate your brand until it confesses to what makes it special. Okay, let's get to work. First, the prequel, the must-do preparation. Identify your brand. Second, identify the brand's owner, you, the shareholder, the boss, the partner, the political party, the taxpayer. Thirdly, identify the target, customer, consumer, voter, donor, subscriber, colleague, boss, subordinate, client, patient, whoever is the target for your brand. Fourth, identify the competition. And next, and most important, identify what makes your brand different. This really matters. If your brand isn't different, your brand won't be chosen. If a brand isn't chosen repeatedly, it won't be trusted. And if it isn't trusted, it won't deserve and get loyalty. And loyalty is what every brand is after. Loyalty bestows asset value on the brand, which belongs to its owner. Every brand must be seen to be different. So, 6, interrogate your brand until it confesses to its strengths. What makes it different? What makes it special? Okay, let's do it. Let's get SWaT building a brand. S is for Set Brand Objectives. If you don't know where you want to end up, you won't get there. You must have written brand objectives. How many objectives? Well, as many as you like. But 2 must-have objectives go to the heart of a successful brand. We must build the loyalty of targeted individuals to the brand, and we must build the asset value of the brand for its owner. No loyalty, no sustainable brand, no asset value, no brand worth anything. First, loyalty. Loyalty to the brand. The long-term objective of every brand is to secure maximum potential brand loyalty and the maximum number of loyal targets. Customers, consumers, voters, donors, subscribers, etc. We cannot expect to get to 100% loyalty overnight, but we can expect to get there in stages. So we must set interim objectives, milestones, rungs on a ladder to brand loyalty. Oh yes, and loyalty means loyalty, not habit, but that's a discussion for another day. Secondly, brand asset value. Every brand has some asset value, which comes from loyalty. A brand with asset value can be exploited for income, profits, votes, donations, subscriptions, and other engagements, or it can be exchanged for other assets, including cash. So a brand must have this one objective, which only a brand can have: to build brand asset value to its full potential. For a commercial brand, that means to build brand cash value to its full potential. We'll come back to concrete objectives later when we talk about measuring progress, but for now, we'll move on to the next letter. Next, W for weaponize your brand. Your brand isn't going to achieve its objectives without a fight. There is competition, always. Your brand must be weaponized. Which weapon? How many? Again, as many weapons as you wish, but you cannot move your brand forward without at least one must-have weapon. You must have a written strategy. Sounds dry and dusty, but a strategy is a must. Objectives tell us where to head for, not how. A strategy is what tells us how to get there. Objective, get to the gig by 8 o'clock. Strategy, how? Public transport or private transport? Or maybe on foot. No strategy, and you'll miss the gig. Hand it over to Lady Luck. Bad idea. Need a strategy. A written strategy. So, what is our strategy for building the value of our brand? For building trust? for securing loyalty. Again, many possibilities, depending on context. But there is one which must always be there for every brand. The must-have strategy for any brand is a strategy of differentiation. A strategy for your brand to be seen to be different and special. Your brand must be seen as different, special. There is always competition. If it's not seen as special, your brand will have no value. No one will choose over its competitors a brand that isn't seen to be special. No one will repeatedly choose over its competitors a brand that isn't consistently seen to be special. No one will trust a brand that isn't seen to be special, and no one will be loyal to a brand that isn't seen to be special. How different? In what way special? Well, go back to your notes in the prequel. Identify what makes your brand special. You've done the work. You've written down what makes your brand different and special. Write it into your strategy, and write the strategy down. My brand will be seen to be different because. Now to advertise and act. You execute the strategy by saying you are different and how. It's not enough to be different. You must be seen to be different. Tell the world you're different. You must advertise. So A is for advertise. Well, not perhaps as you might expect. Advertise is in italics, and the A for advertise is in lower case. So you don't think it necessarily means going out and hiring an advertising agency and spending megabucks on TV spots and digital campaigns. Anyway, you don't have to. Advertise, the word, has nothing to do with spending money. The word comes from Latin, meaning notice or pay attention. For us, managing a brand is to get it noticed, get our targets to pay attention to our brand. And of course, execute your strategy of differentiation, every time without fail, in your words and in your actions. Every chance you have to say your brand is different, take it. Every chance you have to say your brand is special, take it. Think of advertising as a one-to-one conversation with your target. You have just a few seconds to persuade your target to engage. Engage with my brand. It's different. And of course, act. Act to stay special, to be different. Tell the world you're special and fail to deliver? Very bad idea. You'll end up with a brand without value, or worse, negative value. Your brand will die. So, A for advertise, you're different. A for act, to be different. Job done. Now for the last stage of a SWaT program. T for track progress. Track progress against the objectives we've set. So let's revisit those objectives. We set 2 must-have objectives for every brand. Build brand loyalty and build brand asset value. First, and before everything else, loyalty. Of course, the long-term objective has to be absolute loyalty, true loyalty, unwavering loyalty of every one of our brand's targets. 100% brand loyal customers, 100% brand loyal consumers, 100% brand loyal voters, donors, subscribers, colleagues, subordinates, clients, patients, etc., etc. But that isn't going to happen overnight, if ever. Not even Apple can crack that one. But we can get there in stages. We can and will coax individual targets up a ladder through their loyalty space. A ladder which each individual must climb, rung by rung, alongside our brand on their journey towards absolute loyalty. We can identify at what point on the loyalty ladder our targets have arrived, their position in the loyalty space at a given point of time. We can set objectives for their next port of call, the rungs on the ladder to which we will take them and by when. And we can track the progress of our targets through the loyalty space, how many targets have arrived at each rung. It helps to visualize the loyalty space as a vertical space through which a brand must climb with targeted individuals as they journey together from total separation, when targets are totally ignorant of the brand's very existence, to the union of true brand loyalty. The floor is the low point, the point where the brand is an unknown quantity, where a target is unaware of its existence. Here the brand has no value to the target, and no value for any owner, and of course, zero loyalty. The ceiling is the high point, where the brand has earned loyalty, where brand asset value to the owner is greatest. From floor to ceiling is a ladder, spanning the space. There are many rungs, 10 in total. One by one and rung by rung, each target must be coaxed up the ladder in 3 stages. In the first stage, the target increasingly experiences the brand. In the second stage, experience develops into trust. And in the final stage, trust ascends to loyalty. Time to climb. Bottom rung, I'm unaware of the brand's existence. Rung number 2, I've heard of the brand, aware of the name, nothing about it, could be a can of beans, smartphone, watch or a car. Rung 3, knowledge. I've heard of the brand and know something about it. It's a soft drink, a pair of shoes, mobile phone, a band, an influencer, a person. Rung 4, positive brand attitude. More than knowledge. I like what I hear about the brand. I haven't tried it yet, not even the intention to engage actively. That comes next. 5. Intention to try the brand. Buy, actively engage. I intend to experience the brand for myself. Of course, we don't always do what we intend to do. Intention isn't action. That is the next rung. Rung 6 is the big step, the real commitment. I buy the brand. I acquire it. I actively engage. I invest something of myself in it. If I like it, I pass to rung 7, and trust can start to build. Rung 7, satisfaction with the brand. I've used it. I like it, which encourages me to try it again, and I may pass to rung 8. Rung 8, reuse, repurchase, repeat experience, re-engage. Am I as happy as the first time? Not necessarily, but if I am, I will repeat rung 8 and move towards rung 9, sustained satisfaction with the brand. On rung 9, sustained satisfaction, growing and continuously reinforced trust will carry me to the very top of the ladder, the high point of the loyalty space, brand loyalty. How do we set loyalty objectives, and how do we track the progress of targets and the brand through the loyalty space and up the ladder towards absolute brand loyalty? If you have one target, that's easy. Where is he or she on the ladder at a given point in time? Set the objective of climbing a rung or two, and by when, and check back to monitor progress. If you have many targets, the work is harder, but it is still just a matter of putting each target on their rung and setting the objective of coaxing them all up 2 rungs within 6 months, or a year, or whatever makes sense. In both cases, 1 target or 1,000, you will check at a later stage to see how each individual or group is progressing, how many targets on each rung. Let's look at the final step in using SWaT to track progress. Every brand has asset value. Most established brands already have brand cash value, what we call BCV, but every brand has cash value potential much greater than it will enjoy without a concerted effort to grow it. Every brand owner has the potential to get rich. So history shows it would be unwise for the owner of any brand to be unaware of its cash value. Equally unwise the brand manager who ignores brand cash value in setting objectives. So that's what we do with SWaT. The SWaT BCV measurement tool will work for any commercial or potentially commercial brand. It is based on a simple mathematical formula: Z times D times G equals BCV, brand cash value. Z is the gross profit on each transaction. D is the number of targets you judge loyal to your brand, and G is your expectation of future brand transactions per loyal target. To elaborate, take the profit you make on each brand transaction or engagement, variable brand contribution on each sale or unit of income, stripping out all indirect overhead. That is Z. Calculate the number of loyal targets you have, that is D, and complete with a loyalty factor, how many transactions you can expect from each loyal target, that is G. Stir that together, multiply Z times D times G, and you get an expectation of future profits from the brand, and that is worth cash. Loyal customers plus profitable brand equals brand cash value every time. On screen, here is a summary. As you can see, there is a lot of text to follow. You can freeze the frame and rip it as you choose, or if you'd like the text as a Word file and the Excel template that goes with it, send us an email to F.Marketing@gmail, and we'll send you the files. Well, as the great Looney Tunes cartoons of the 1950s used to close, that's all, folks. That's brand building. That is SWaT. Do your prequel. Identify and interrogate, set brand objectives, weaponize your brand with a strategy of differentiation, advertise the difference, act to keep the brand different, and finally, track your brand's progress against your objectives of securing loyalty and building brand cash value, BCV. Do it right, loyalty or brand will grow, and with it, the brand's cash value. Business done. If you need help, drop me an email at f.marketingcambridge@gmail.com. Happy to chat. I'm retired and have time on my hands, but I just had my 80th birthday, so don't delay. Keep in touch, have a great day, and prosper in your life and career, as L'Oréal remind us regularly on TV, internet, magazines, and wherever they advertise, you are worth it. Take care of yourself, and happy brand building.